Mishnah Tet. So we're still learning about things that you're allowed to go out and you're not allowed to go out on Shabbat. We discussed the girls, we discussed the cripples. So now we're going to discuss the boys. The boys also have some things that are allowed to go on Shabbat, and they've got some things that they're not allowed to go out on Shabbat. Okay? Habanim yotzim beksharim. The boys go out with a kesher, with a knot. Now, what does that mean? By Shabbat, on Shabbat, they go out with a knot. What does that mean? B'Gemara Mevuar, in the Gemara it explains. Ben sheyesh lo ga'agu'im al aviv, a son that is missing his father. His father is away and he's missing him. Notel retzu'a mimin al shel yamin. So the father takes his shoelace from his right shoe, vekosher lo besmolo, and he ties it on the left hand of the boy. So young little boys, boys, like not babies, like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, that his father goes to work and he starts crying and zeu. So his father tells him, don't worry, I'm going to be with you. But he says, you're going away, you're not going to come with me. So he's going to take his shoelace from his right foot, going to put it on his left hand of the baby. He tells you, you see, I'm with you. This means that I'm going to come back soon. I can't go without a shoelace. But this is my shoelace. I'm going to come back soon. And then the boy becomes calm, because that was the custom that he used to do in the time. Umefaresh Rambam, the Rambam explains, Ki haben hakatan, it says, when the small child, כשיש לו אהבה רבה לאביו, when he has a lot of love to his father, ואין הנער יכול לעזוב את אביו, when his father is trying to go to work in the morning, he cries and he grabs him and he doesn't let him go. You've seen it before. So it says, what happens? לוקח האב שרוך נעלו הימינית, the father takes the shoelace from his right shoe, וקושרו בזרועו השמאלית של בנו, and he ties it on the left hand of his son. ויועילו בסגולה, and that helps the boy, the little boy, as an omen. It helps him. ואלו הם הקשרים שמדובר עליהם במשנתנו. These are the knots that we talked about in our Mishnah. So it's an interesting one. We said before that if it is not jewelry, you're not allowed to go out with them. You remember? And over here, it's not jewelry. The young boy is not looking at it as a jewelry. The girls in her ears, they look at it as jewelry, whatever they put. But the young boy is not jewelry. So why is he allowed to go out in Shabbos? So the Rambam explains, because for him it's like medicine. It's like a bandage. Because it's not a physical bandage, it's a spiritual, psychological. When he sees it, he gets calmed down. When he sees it, he gets calmed down. That's why you're allowed to do it. So not only for physical bandages you're allowed to put on a person, you're also allowed to put spiritual bandages on the person, and it's still not called carrying. Okay. ויש מפרשים, there are those who explain, כשמתעצב הבן מאוד על מיתת אביו, it's another case when the son is very sad on the death of his father, נוטל רצועה ממיתה לאביו, somebody takes a shoelace from the right shoe, וקושרה בשל שמאלו, and ties it on his left hand, ואומרים שזה משקיט ליבו, and some says it makes the boy calm. But again, the same idea. It's the same idea, it just depends if the father is alive, father is going, for sure the father went away. The question is coming back or not coming back? Okay. ובני מלכים בזוגים. And the princesses, the nobility, the spoiled ones, they're allowed to go out with bells. Says, what does that mean? יוצאים בשבת בפעמונים, they go out on Shabbat with bells. המבואר בגמרא, the Gemara explains, דווקא כשהרוגים הם במלבושיהם. Specifically, when these bells are sewed into their clothing. It cannot be just hanging. Yeah, it has to be sewn in. And I'm also not sure when they say bells, pa'amonim, if it makes noise or not. It might be just the outside, not the inside. I'm not quite sure what the what I'm talking about. I don't think they used to make noise. I think it just used the shape to make it nice. The bells. Again, why? It's like a jewelry. It's not like a jewelry. It's like part of the garment. Because if it was on, since boys don't wear jewelry, if they will wear it, you will say, hey, that's not, boys don't wear jewelry, what are you're carrying? But over here, it's not carrying because you sewed it into the garment. It's part of the garment becomes. וכל אדם, and every person, כלומר שכל הבנים מותרים לצאת בפעמונים. So it says it's not only the prince who's allowed to go out with bells. Everybody. So why did it say prince? Because usually the regular people did not have clothing with bells on it. Only the princess has. But it means that anybody is allowed to. Not just the prince is allowed to go out with bells, but every person is allowed to go out with any kinds of jewelry, let's call it, as long as it's sewn into the garment. אלא שדיברו חכמים בהווה. But the sages talked about the now. כלומר, בדבר המצוי, in something that we find now, שכן בני מלכים נהגו לשאת פעמונים על מבושיהם, because in that time, the princesses used to carry all kinds of bells on their garment. So it doesn't mean only princesses are allowed to go out, everybody is allowed to go out.